Enthusiasts, Al here again from Dryland Marine, and we're back in our layup room here. We're going to be doing two hatch covers for the Project CI, which is a 26-foot Campion that we put a 6-foot stretch on, as you probably have seen and followed the posts and the photos that I've been posting. Today we're doing some hatches. Started yesterday with preparing the layup table. As you can see, we started off using our Partol number 10 water release for our mold release agent. We sprayed our table down. We used our general purpose unwaxed white gel coat. We put 3 coats of the gel coat onto the table, and we did our layups, which for the specific hatches we needed about a 1/4 inch thick, or just under 1/4 inch thick, to come up flush with the rest of the deck. So it consists of 5 Roven, 5 chop strand mat, and that gives us our consistency of just under 1/4 inch. And now what you see here is we've got our outside perimeter, which is along here. That's going to be going outside of our flange of where our water drains are going to be for our trough. All our pieces are cut on a 45, just so you don't have a big sharp corner there for our glass to go over top of. And you can probably see that we're putting them down in squares again. A lot of you guys are wondering why the squares instead of the full sheets of plywood just cut to the same shape. Well, the one reason is for cost. We're trying to cut costs on this, and in order to use full sheets of plywood, you're into marine grade plywood, which is twice as expensive as general purpose plywood. So the general purpose plywood is basically, it's just a good one side, 5/8 plywood. Sometimes you have a lot of warpage. The plywood is never exactly straight. So what happens if you put the whole piece of plywood all the way down and then weight it down, chances are that warp or that twist that's in that plywood is going to pull the glass into that same twist. And we don't want any twists or any buckles or anything in our hatches. We want them absolutely laser straight so they lay down flat. You cut your plywood into 4-inch squares, it eliminates any twist, it eliminates any warp in the plywood itself, takes all the tension out of it, and when they're structurally filled down with a notch trowel, we're using our I'll just show you over here. This is what we're using to stick our stuff down with. We're using our Polybond BO5FR structural filler, which is this stuff here. I know it's really hard to get in the United States. I think there's only one company in Seattle or Bellingham or something that sells this stuff. The rest you can get from Canada if you can. And as you can see, our squares, one side is unfinished, just no pre-soak. The other side we used a pre-soak, thinned by, I think we thinned it 20% with acetone, just for a nice consistency, like a water consistency, so it soaks into the first layer of plywood. And we used this stuff here, which is our 8084 vinyl ester gluing resin, thinned down. And we prepped the surface as well. Once this layup went hard and cured, we rolled over a complete skin coat of the vinyl ester in order for it to bond. So you've got your vinyl ester here, your vinyl ester here, you notch trowel with your structural filler, bond these down, and then we're going to be putting another full layup, which is another mat, Roven and mat, over top of the whole thing. And that'll consistently fill any voids or any gaps that you might have in the plywood. And then hopefully this will fit inside the drainage troughs, which are on the boat, which I'll show you in a different video once these things are popped off the table and trimmed up to the shape. And I'll show you how that all goes together and goes down. So that's all I wanted to show you in this video. I'm just trying to see if I've got one of my notch trowels kicking around, but it's just a 1/4 inch gap notch trowel, same as you use for putting flooring down or vinyl flooring or anything like that, or tile. You know, you can use a notch trowel for the tile as well, but that's what I use for my fiberglass structural filler when I'm bedding my squares down. These are all my squares that I had previously cut, all my tools that I'm going to be needing, my MEK quick hardener, which has also got a little bit of promoter in it, so it just kicks a little faster. And that's pretty much it. So I will post another video once these things are ready and ready to come off the table. And thanks for watching.